So hello there and welcome to another tutorial.
Introducing Grammarly.
choose 4 random points on a sphere and consider the tetrahedron with these points as its vertices, what is the probability that the center of the sphere is inside that tetrahedron? Go ahead, take a moment and kind of digest this question. You might start thinking about which of these tetrahedrons will be the sphere. And how do you keep that profile? Right? Where do you start? Well, it's usually a good idea to have those cases, so let's knock things down to 2 dimensions, where you choose 3 points on the circle. Then also put it in here, so let's call these guys P1, P2, P3. The question is, what's the probability of triangles like these points? So, what is the probability that two legs will be like? It's the length of that line divided by the full circumference of the circle. The proportion of the circle is up. So, but if those 2 points were farther apart, that proportion would be something closer to a half. And if they were really close together, that proportion gets closer to 0. So think about this for a moment. P1 and P2 are chosen randomly, with every point on the circle being equally likely. So what is the average size of this relevant arc? Maybe you imagine fixing P1 in place and just consider all the places that P2 might be. All the possible angles between these 2 lines, every angle from 0 degrees up to 180 degrees.
Grammarly, like you've never seen before. Your all-in-one writing essential. Today,
likely, and that means that the average proportion is 0.25. So, if the average size of this arc is a quarter of the full circle, the average probability that the point lands is a quarter. That means that the overall probability of our triangle is a quarter. But to the extent this is a 3-dimensional case, if you imagine any out of those 4 points as these points, which points in the sphere is most likely up, so that the head will form in the center of the sphere. Just
Sakın. Sakın. Dur. I need my own.
In this video, we're going to talk about 5 pretty easy evidence-based things you can do to massively increase the chances that you're actually going to achieve your goals. Now, obviously, when it comes to actually setting and achieving goals, generally the thing that separates people who do achieve them
Today,
Ruber farzın F7.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you read these 4 books that we're going to talk about in this video, they will give you an incredible firmware.
Top sanayilik Orta 7.
Alright, so if you care about growing a YouTube channel, then hopefully this video will help you. We're going to be talking about a step-by-step process that you can do to grow your channel from scratch, and I'm going to share the principles and the strategies that I would do, and also what I would not do if I actually cared about growing a YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Ali, and I've been making YouTube videos since like 2017. In that time, I've documented my journey from broke medical student to working full-time in doctor, then becoming an entrepreneur, and then into a best-selling author. And since 2020, I've also been running an online community called the Part-Time YouTuber Academy, but since then we have helped thousands of students start, grow, and monetize their YouTube channels with some pretty incredible success stories that you might recognize. So if you would like to check out the academy and get all the systems and processes that I've used to grow my YouTube channel, and join the thriving community of creators from all around the world, and get one-on-one support and feedback from the team, I'll give you more details in the video description. Okay, so here's the thing, growing a YouTube channel fundamentally comes down to
Burası kuzu rafları bunun içine girip
You've
gitsek.
got to get them to click, you want to get them to watch, you want to get them to like you. Them meaning
Ançıgını
because
kızlarsan
your YouTube channel grows, if you can get people to click, get them to watch, and get them to like you, then they are
Ve
like
yeni
you.
birinci hayvanı sana
Actually, growing
gördük de
subscribers like
bitti
hit the subscribe button, that
gitti.
matters a lot less. But if people like you, they are more likely to hit the subscribe button. But
Hayır,
more
var mı ki,
importantly, they
yok
are
mu ki?
more likely to become
Çünkü
returning viewers
Bridge'i
who come back to your
sonraydık.
channel
Ben
again and
bitti
again.
ikide
And
güç
they're more
bulsam
likely
bunu
to then
şurada
binge some
çukur
of your
girip
content.
yetişerlemez
All
mi?
that
Bunu
contributing
bunu
to the growth of the YouTube channel in terms of views or subscribers, view duration, whatever. Now there are some strategies that are involved in getting
uzun
people to click,
zaten.
and you're probably familiar with those. That is
Kasımcı
the title of the video,
Kasımcı
thumbnail. Now
Now
this is not to say that in order to grow a YouTube channel, you have to start doing really clickbaity titles and really clickbaity thumbnails. But it does mean that we have to keep in mind that it's not actually just about the video. YouTube is not just a video platform, it is a click and watch platform. You have to be relatively good at crafting titles,
Mane, कितना 22 माँ?
crafting thumbnails that are not clickbaity, but that are
हाँ?
for
21 done है.
what you really need to crafting just the first like 30 to 60 seconds of the video, and the video needs to provide a good amount of value. So the first 30 seconds, you know, they click on the video, they want to type in something like how to grow a YouTube channel, okay? And then in the hook in the first 30 seconds, you want to deliver on the expectation that the title and thumbnail is set. So you might say something like, in this video we're going to talk about how to grow a YouTube channel. Brackets like often, title constantly like be attracted to more things on, and they're paying with their time and
Eslasangiz Denis Mahmudning
attention, and arguably their time and attention is even more valuable than their money. So we want to create
Jose Martinez Alcantara Texas'taki mag'lubiyat. Shuni evaziga anchadan reyting yo'qotgan, deyarli 18 punkt yo'qotdi. Mana bu musobaqada o'sha yo'qotganni qaytarib yig'ib olgan. 13 qo'shyapti. Yana 5 qo'shsa o'zini reytingiga lekin biz xohlaymiz shunchaki 5 qo'shishini emas, balki top jahon aynan o'sha joyiga yana qaytib kelishini xohlaymiz. Finashtor darhaqiqat anchagina muammo tug'diryapti. Shanklinga endi qiynaladi shekilli.
yosh qotiladigan ikki vaqtda bitilganroq vaqt o'chirishga hali demak 14 yosh bor. Qo'shimchasiga raqib eng to'g'ri ushni hozir izlab topish kerak. Ikkita liniyasi bor. Ikkalasi ham
So I became a millionaire at the age of 26, and it kind of
bru to'g'ri, bru 5, bru 6 ustunligini bizga qayd etib beradi. Va Sam Shankland hozir juda ham chuqur kirib ketyapti. Qayerdadir o'ylagani emas, balkim boshqa liniyalarga ham kirib ketishi mumkin. Tabiiy.
Juda murakkab aslida vaziyat. Boya ko'rdikku, ruhda to'g'ri, ko'rinishida tabiiy to'g'ri. Nima qilyapti? Simish qilyapti, ustiga olib ketyapti.
happened accidentally. And by accidentally, I mean it was never the goal. Now in this video, I'm going to break down my own journey from zero to my first $1,000, from my first $1,000 to $100,000, and then from $100,000 all the way to $1 million. And so if you are interested in getting rich, becoming financially free, having time freedom, having autonomy over your own time and what you do, hopefully by hearing me kind of talk through the stages of my own journey, there will be stuff that you can apply to your own as well. And just a quick flag that this video is going to change locations a little bit because there is currently construction work going on in my house, and so I had to find a different location to film most of the video in. The whole becoming a millionaire at 26 thing actually happened somewhat accidentally. It was never the goal. I never set out to try and become a millionaire. So from age 18 to 24, I was in med school for 6 years. I was studying at Cambridge University. And then my starting job as a doctor, age 24, I was making about 3K a month GBP. If I could just have an extra 2K GBP or 3K GBP, that would be like doubling my salary. That would be amazing. Then in medicine, I'll be able to work 3 or 4 days a week because the happiest doctors I knew were the ones working part-time. And that was the goal. Everything that happened beyond that point was kind of accidental. Well, sort of accidental, sort of on purpose, but my point is that I didn't set out to try and become a millionaire. The concept of making £1 million was so far out of reach. $3,500. Let's now talk about how I got to the first $1,000. Age 13 was when I made my first dollar on the internet, and through doing like random ass bits and bobs in terms of like a bit of web design, a bit of web development, a bit of private tutoring, that was how it took me like 5 years to make that first $1,000 online. These days, it should not take you 5 years to make your first $1,000 online. It was a very different time back then. There weren't as many tutorials available. There were a lot less business books on the market around how to make money online. The internet thing was still kind of new back then. And so these days, I think that if you are serious about trying to make money, you can get to your first $1,000 within about 6 weeks of starting. Maybe 90 days, but like most people can do it within 6 weeks, at least in my experience and what I've seen from friends of mine who have been on this journey. All right, so how do you make this first $1,000? Well, I have a few rambly thoughts. Let's go to me from yesterday. So if you are looking to do that first $1,000 and you want like some ideas of where to begin, figure out a way to create a digital product, like a PDF or a spreadsheet or a template or a something, and figure out what expertise you have that other people would find valuable that you can sell for $10. You're trying to create a $10 PDF or a $10 ebook. If you have Zoom, if he wanted to do like contract reviewing, he could do a service where it's like, hey, I'll review any kind of contract for you for, I don't know, $100 or something like that. Like you can always find a way to turn whatever expertise you have into like a valuable like Zoom call for someone else, and then you can charge for that Zoom call. I think that's another very quick, easy thing to do. The thing is, like, making that first $1,000 is really easy. Anyone can do it. And getting to 100,000 is really hard, and that's when you have to start to actually add value and figure out like something the market actually wants. But even if you have something that the market doesn't actually want, given enough time with enough hustle, anyone with a pulse can just make $1,000, right? So it's that's the easy bit. So I would say if you're in this journey of trying to get rich, I mean, start with the first $1, then the next 10, then 100, then 1,000. And by that time, you'll learn so much about the process of how to make money on the internet that hopefully you'll then be able to survive years in the trenches going from 1 to 100K. All right, so a couple of days ago, I did a in-person event here in Hong Kong where I live, and there were 100 people who showed up, and people were asking me questions, and a bunch of the questions were around how do I start my first business. I found myself recommending the same set of books to about 15 different people. Now, if you have not yet made your first $1,000 on the internet, if you have not yet started your first business, this would be what I consider sort of almost like required reading, because these books will just completely give you a firmware update and completely change your life. The first one, if you are at this early stage of the process, is $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. That is a book that came out last year, 2 years ago, something like that. It's really good, and it is a step-by-step guide onto as to how to figure out your first business idea and how to start making money from that business idea. Everyone I've ever met who has read that book and has actually done what Noah recommends in the book has ended up making $1,000 on the internet. I know lots of people who have read the book and not taken action on it because they're scared. And I know lots of people who have recommended the book to and they've never even read the book. And those people have not made $1,000 on the internet. So like, if you're at the
So hello there and welcome to another tutorial.
Literally,
My name
it's
is
not
Terry
that
Bakshi,
hard.
and today
Just read $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. At that point, once you've read $1 Million Weekend, you might like to listen to the audiobook for The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. You might like to read .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. You might like to read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. But to be honest, you don't need any of these to make your first $1,000 on the internet. You just need to read $1 Million Weekend and follow the advice that Noah gives, because that is the most up-to-date advice about how to actually get your first $1,000. Also, as a side note, at some point we are going to be running our own 6-week challenge to help you make $1,000 on the internet for the first time. So if you are interested in potentially joining this $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan, that is a book that came out last year, 2 years ago, something like that. It's really good, and it is a step-by-step guide onto as to how to figure out your first business idea and how to start making money from that business idea. Everyone I've ever met who has read that book and has actually done what Noah recommends in the book has ended up making $1,000 on the internet. I know lots of people who have read the book and not taken action on it because they're scared. And I know lots of people who have recommended the book to and they've never even read the book, and those people have not made $1,000 on the internet. So like, if you're at this point in the video and you want to make money on the internet, literally, it's not that hard. Just read $1 Million Weekend by Noah Kagan. At that point, once you've read $1 Million Weekend, you might like to listen to the audiobook for The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. You might like to read .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. You might like to read $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. But to be honest, you don't need any of these to make your first $1,000 on the internet. You just need to read $1 Million Weekend and follow the advice that Noah gives, because that is the most up-to-date advice about how to actually get your first $1,000. Also, as a side note, at some point we are going to be running our own 6-week challenge to help you make $1,000 on the internet for the first time. So if you are interested in potentially joining that challenge, which will be sort of hosted by me yet still sounds like you. One thing that sets Grammarly off, which is at Grammarly, I'm a registered player. Do you think of that as starting a business? Whatever, depending on what country you're in, to understand what you need to do. Do you need to declare it on your freaking self-assessment tax return? Do you need to file it with the IRS? Do you need to register a business? Like, all of this stuff comes, but you don't need to worry about any of that until you've made like at least $1,000. And then once you made that 1,000, you can decide, okay, cool. Then the next milestone is 10,000. And then the next milestone is 100,000. And then the next milestone after that is 1 million. And I think that sort of baby step way of going about it is really the way forward. Because I just think that first, okay, here's the map, right? You've got the first $1,000. The first $1,000 makes you a 4-figure entrepreneur. Then you've got $1,000 to $100,000. I'm going to call that the trenches. You are now in the trenches. It's really hard being in the trenches. It's really, really hard. Pretty much anyone with a pulse in a developed country can make their first $1,000 on the internet. I'm going to stand by this. Like, yes, if you're a 12-year-old in Pakistan, which is where I'm from, it'll be difficult to make $1,000 on the internet. Even then, I know plenty of 12-year-olds in Pakistan are making $1,000 on the internet. Any adult in a developed country with access to the internet and like a Stripe or PayPal account can make $1,000 on the internet. That's like ridiculously easy. Anyone can do it. Then when you get to 1,000 to 100,000, that's when it gets really, really, really hard. Once you're at $100,000 and your business has already done 100,000 in revenue, it's actually not that hard to grow it because you've added at least $100,000 worth of value to customers.
Artificial intelligence.
Worked with problems with executives and business leaders to help advise them on their business strategy. And being able to cross-pollinate among all these different domains, I think, gives really unique insight into how to solve some of the most complex problems in the world.
Mental illness is a huge problem, and we can really make huge strides in solving it by using artificial intelligence technology.
Since I was 7 years old, I've actually been publishing tutorials to my YouTube channel, Tanmay Teaches, ranging in topic from math, science, and programming to now artificial intelligence. I've been making videos all the way from when I sounded like this.
Welcome to another tutorial. My name is Tanmay Bakshi. This time we're going to be going over, well, the impact of overfitting your neural network.
Everybody needs to be a technologist at least some level. Now,
Winnipeg is very excited to introduce this very special guest. He is a software developer, IBM Honorary Cloud Advisor, author, algorithmist, keynote speaker, and YouTuber. And he happens to be only 13 years old. Please welcome Tanmay Bakshi. Tanmay, I couldn't memorize all the titles, and I think you have another one to add to the list?
Yes, cognitive developer. I work with cognitive computing and cognitive technologies like IBM Watson.
Oh my goodness. All right, okay, so it's like dumbing it down for 101 on computers. Yes. Age 5, you were coding.
So I became a millionaire at the age of 26, and it kind of happened accidentally. And by accidentally, I mean it was never the goal. Now in this video, I'm going to break down my own journey from zero to my first $1,000, from my first $1,000 to $100,000, and then from $100,000 all the way to $1 million. And so if you are interested in
Start recording some equipment. 0.tab brothers. Ready? 0.tab. You like Nico command. 0.tab. Nico command. I wanted to learn how like funding works. Forbes ranks me. Forbes once ranked Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner as a billionaire by like so making it on her own. Charging myself like cashing off her to go from cash out. Oh my god. The world belongs to Hidden. And they making a lot of it. I built like a legacy for and I felt honored. Lakshmi Mittal. But it's just man. The honor is always not like that. Okay, it was a unicorn story for like a long time. Name would not have.
環境に配慮した素材の
Software eating like the habits of the different software developers, and it's sort of like I'm like working on ideas. Right on my own. Like if there is change and there is like elements of like different like degrees and series of doubts and everything, you could technically like make it like make Earth a better planet. Do certain things, such as making it making stuff on your own, programming stuff, or like writing code to make the planet better, or writing code to I need to check Hey Siri. Hey, open obviously. Yes. Hey. I love the gates for this one. Blue gates. I don't want to. Oh, I want to. No, Trump. And I'm not invited to dinner. Hey, hey, hello guys. I don't know any such. There's a base of sometimes of like Friday night. Friday night. No, Red Location means I don't know this numbers. I feel like. Oh my god, taking yes. Really books. I don't drink it. Yeah, I want to smoke that little sound. No. Somebody else. Oh, Jesus, I surrender all. I surrender all. All to thee, my blessed Savior, I surrender all. Okay, Roblox architect again. I'm a Roblox game architect. First of all, I should change. Hello, hello, hello. Is it perfect? Hold on. Alter them. Like to ship for you.